Just fading this beautiful track down, Island Uku by Tipu. Good morning. I'm Hayley Gastmeyer. You're listening to Wham Wairarapa. And I believe we're going out live on not live, but we're on Wairarapa television, and we'll be speaking with Toby Mills. He'll be into the studio at 8:10, so in just over 5 minutes. Toby Mills, he is the mastermind behind Wairarapa TV, and he is also behind Radio with Pictures, which is pretty much what you're seeing now. Arrow FM programs going out, being broadcast on Wairarapa TV, which is Channel 41 on Freeview. All right. It's the 20th of April, and it's my granddad's birthday, so happy birthday, Granddad Dennis Bryce in the Sunshine Coast. Don't know how old he is. I think it's close to 90. Yes. Okay, it's Friday, and there was a beautiful sunrise this morning, bright pink sky. What does that mean? Rain later on? Not sure. Yeah. What's that saying? Right, pink at night, shepherd's delight, pink in the morning, shepherd's warning. All right, so possibly rain, but we'll check out the weather a little bit later on. We'll jump straight into the events this week in Wairarapa. All right, Animates Masterton are hosting a school holidays holiday program, I guess, and it's free on Thursdays from 11 to 11:45. It's not very long, is it? So this Thursday coming up, it was yesterday, and then next Thursday, 26th of April, looking for something free to keep your kids entertained. Now, Animates has you covered. These school holidays, Animates will be running 2 activity sessions where your children can learn everything there is to know about rabbits, guinea pigs, rats and mice. All participants will receive a certificate of completion, and no bookings are required. Just turn up on the day before 11, so that's pretty neat. Take your kids along to Animates on Thursday before 11 o'clock. Animates is on Albert Street. You can sort of see it from Chapel Street, just sort of near the McDonald's car park and Pitapit car park area. If you're wondering when I'm darting my eyes around, I'm just checking the levels down here. I'm checking that I'm recording the podcast on the recording machine, and then over here is where I've hit record to go live out onto television, so hopefully everything's working. And when I'm looking up there, I'm looking at the monitor, which is what which I can see what you're seeing of me. Oh, it's a bit confusing. Okay, so the NZPCA eventing and mounted games, yep, that's kicked off already. The championships for 2018. My buddy Anna Cardno, she's doing an awesome job of pretty much coordinating this whole event, I think, which kicked off, was it yesterday? I think it might have started a few days ago, but it runs until Saturday. So, each year in a different location around the country, our most talented young eventing and games riders battle it out to win the title of champion. For 2018, Wairarapa Wellington area will host the ultimate equestrian event, the combined eventing and mounted games championships. The championships are a high-quality, well-attended national event and provide excellent spectator entertainment, and it's a must-see in the school holidays. So it's primarily held at the Solway Showgrounds, but I think either today it might be at Clearville. So what you can do is head to the NZPCA website. Now that stands for New Zealand Pony Club Association. If you're wondering why I keep looking down at here, it's because I've got my computer up with all the events on a screen. All right, so yes, the event and mounted games championships are on now in Masterton. Pretty cool. Go and watch some people on horses doing cool things. So another school holidays event is happening up at Pukaha Mount Bruce. It's the National Wildlife Centre, just on the northern end of State Highway 2 from Masterton. Tuesday from 11 till 3, there is the Junior Ranger Child holiday program. So junior rangers can report for duty these school holidays every Monday to Friday. Oh, okay, sorry, I said it was Tuesday, but every Monday to Friday, except Anzac Day, from 11 until 3. Get in behind the scenes with our rangers and learn about caring for our birds and our forest. We will look at our insects, plants and ecosystems. On your first Junior Ranger duty, you will collect your Junior Rangers Conservation Action Booklet, and then completed conservation actions can earn rewards. You might even become a Pukaha conservation leader. Now, it's $30 per child per day. This is aimed at 5 to 9-year-olds, and it includes a packed lunch for that $30, and it's a 4-hour program, and it looks like they'll be learning some pretty, good stuff in this. So then for the older children, for the 10 to 14-year-olds, there's the Tika Kānau. My Māori pronunciation is not the best. I really should get some lessons. Tika Kānau, which is te reo for the seed child. So $20 for your 10 to 14-year-old to attend this holiday program. It's from 11 until 3 p.m. On Wednesdays. And it's the offered Wednesday on the first week, Tuesday on the second week. So Tuesday coming up, that's when this holiday program will be for the older children at Pukaha, $20 per day, but that the children have to take their own packed lunch. Cool. Now, the Love Pukaha annual fundraiser is happening tonight at the Copthorne Hotel and Resort Solway Park. I think this happens every year. It's their main fundraiser. It's $95 for an adult's ticket. I don't know if there are any tickets left, so you'll have to call up and try your luck, but the money goes towards Forest Restoration Fund at Pukaha, and it's a must-do on the conservation calendar. It'll be a night of fine food, fun, fine wine and a band with a few surprises. There'll also be an auction and a raffle and mystery envelopes to be purchased on the night. So that's tonight. Now, the number to call if you want to know if there's still tickets to the annual fundraising dinner for Pukaha, write this number down, 06375 8004. That might be the Pukaha number, 06375 8004. Okay. From the corner of my eye, I've seen Toby Mills walk in. I'm going to throw on a track. We'll listen to some Johnny Cash, and then we'll be back in the studio with our guest. Enjoy.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free. But those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. away from this prison. If that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
And we're back in the studio. We've got Toby Mills in here. Good morning.
Morning.
How are we going this morning?
Very good, thanks.
That's good. Thank you so much for coming in. You're the mastermind behind Wairarapa Television.
Apparently, yeah.
Yep. And also behind what people are seeing right now, Radio with Pictures.
Yes, yes.
Arrow FM programs being broadcast on TV. It's awesome.
It is, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
What made you think, hey, I'm going to start a TV channel?
It was a random idea. I'd gone over to Sydney for work, and I was sitting on the plane on the way back, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if the Wairarapa had a TV channel? So I got back and I started looking into what's involved in setting one up, and it didn't look too hard, so I did it.
All right, it's not, to me, if I thought, I'll have a TV channel one day, it would be like, yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I always thought that too, but it's actually not necessarily as difficult. I'm a technical person, so all the technical stuff was pretty straightforward, but it's all the paperwork and the organising things to happen that was a bit harder, but yeah.
Come a bit closer to the to the mic. Yeah, good on you. Yeah, and I didn't give you a lesson before.
No. I'm not used to being on this side. I'm a technical guy in the background. So
yeah. And now your face, it's not just your voice, it's your face too.
It's terrible.
It's a bit daunting for me too, because normally I just, roll out of bed, get here, quickly put my makeup on between here and getting to work in the car.
You got to worry about that stuff.
But yeah. Got to be a bit more organised.
Yeah, definitely.
So from the thought in your brain on the plane to actually putting Wairarapa Television, making it live, what was the time frame?
4 months.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was, yeah.
And so just tell people quickly how they can tune into Wairarapa TV.
There's lots of ways. So one of the big things is television is kind of on the decline a bit. People aren't watching television in the traditional ways that they are anymore. So there was no point in just building something that no one was going to watch. Mm-hmm. So there's a big focus on being able to watch it in lots of different ways. So the main way is using Freeview. So we're on the Freeview platform, which you can just plug any TV into. So
that's channel 41.
41 on terrestrial. So you need a UHF aerial for that, not a satellite dish.
Oh.
But that's better. A lot of people don't realise. A lot of people get their TV with a satellite dish, and they don't realise that it's actually really poor quality picture. So you get a much better picture with the UHF. Mm-hmm. But then we're also online. So we've got a phone app, which is pretty cool. You can actually watch the live, plus you can see a whole lot of stuff on demand. So
if people are on the phone app now, can they be watching this?
They could be. Well, no, because this is recorded earlier and it'll be broadcast later. So when it's broadcast, yes, they'll be able to watch it. But also all the on-demand stuff, so you can actually go back and watch shows. So you can actually dial up this show and watch it whenever you want.
Like even in a year's time.
Yes.
If you want to know what was happening a year ago in Masterton.
Yep. It all goes onto YouTube as well. And what else? There's another way as well. I've forgotten. There's so many ways. It's just like if you want to watch Wairarapa TV, you can find a way.
Definitely do it.
You can use the phone app and sling it to your TV. So if you've got an iPad or something like that, you can load up the phone app, start streaming it, and then stream it up to your TV. And
wicked.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now tell me, I haven't tuned in because my TV set is literally just for Netflix, but I will sort out this. Yeah. I'll get this channel.
Well, you get that. You can get the app. You can use the app with your TV.
So how much content is on it per day?
It's 24/7.
24/7.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing, actually.
So if you flick through it, what are some random things you might come across?
There is all sorts. We get some special, because we're not Wairarapa TV is what we call a social enterprise. So It's not really there to make money. It's just there to cover costs and do something good for the community. So that was the whole idea behind
Wicked.
it. So because we've got that status, we get a whole lot of stuff for free,
Yeah.
which is great. So we get stuff from NASA. There's a whole hour-long show every day from NASA, and it's like the latest stuff that they're up to and really cool stuff that you don't see on the ordinary TV networks. We get all sorts of random stuff, a whole lot of educational stuff. So there's a show called Today I Found Out, and it's just an hour full of random facts that you'd never think to learn or know about. You can spiel them out next time you're at a party.
Awesome.
There's all sorts of stuff. There's art shows. So there's a great show that's quite popular. This artist guy goes around on a Harley and visits artists all around New Zealand and Australia.
Wow.
There's a show about trucks, and there's all sorts of stuff.
That
and then
sounds
there's
awesome.
there's some great stuff. And then there's of course all the Radio with the Pictures shows as well now. So that's really great to get some good local content going in there that people can tune into.
What percentage of Arrow FM shows are being are taking up Radio with Pictures?
Ooh, I don't know the percentage. I think we've got 6 or 7 now going out regularly every week.
Mm-hmm.
And as more and more of the Arrow broadcasters kind of come up to speed with it and learn how it works and what they'll need to do to be ready to go on TV, then we'll add more. But certainly the plan is to just add as much local content as possible.
Cool. How do you select, or how do you get your content for free? Like, and how do you choose?
Yeah, it's
How does it come to you?
I don't have a lot of time, so there's no one runs Wairarapa TV. There isn't. There's no premises. There's no studio. It's all in the cloud and it's all virtual. So, and on top of that, it's all run by AI. And if people don't know what that is, it's artificial intelligence. So it's pretty cool. It saves a lot of time. So what happens is when you're watching Wairarapa TV, it'll come up sometimes on the screen with a little QR code you can scan with basically a yay or a nay. And if you really like a show, you can scan the yay, and then that teaches the artificial intelligence that people are liking that, and it will schedule more of that kind of program.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a geek, so.
This is insane.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, it learns. It's actually learning from what people want to watch and when people want to watch it, and it tries new stuff at different times and does all sorts of cool things. So,
Is that for every show?
So the whole channel is run by an AI scheduler that determines what's going to go when and how it all works. So, yeah, I don't have to do anything. It's good.
But how does how do you have NASA
So that
shows?
just comes over the internet. So you talk to NASA and they give you like a log on to their server, and so every day the AI connects to NASA and pulls down the latest show, and then it schedules that in and plays it out.
Wow. So there's no sort of money exchange at all?
No.
So what happens if I go out and make a documentary and it's, local sort of, there'll be local interest for it?
Yep.
How could we get that on?
I'll play it for free, but we won't be able to pay you.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And how many sort of slots have you got? Like, what are you after? So I can
anything.
tailor.
We'll play anything. So the whole day is divided up into 24-hour-long slots. So if your program fits in one of those, we can just slot it in and But basically, we just chuck your program into the pool, and the AI will play it. And if people like it, it'll play more of it.
Have you got like a schedule? Do you know when things are going to go?
Yeah.
on?
There's a rough
Yeah.
schedule, and that kind of so like the Wham show will be on every week at a fixed time. That's kind of locked in, but all the other stuff kind of floats around.
Wow. What's the biggest challenge been?
It's, the hardest thing is just getting it out there so people are aware of it. Really, I suppose it's a bit of a technology demonstration. So I'm taking the technology that I'm building for Wairarapa TV and then selling that to other companies and organisations all around the world. So it's actually just making Wairarapa realise what they've got, like this awesome thing.
Are you the first person to do something like this?
Yeah, it doesn't
in the
exist.
world?
Because when I had the idea, I thought, this would be cool. And I went out there looking for the software and all the systems to do it, and it just doesn't exist. No one's done it.
Wow.
TV channels are normally built around organisations, large organisations with lots and lots of people, and it's just too expensive to do in a small place like the Wairarapa. So you've got to build software and systems that can do it without needing all the people and money. So there's been a huge amount of interest from other organisations who are really struggling, because most of the regional TV channels in New Zealand have actually now closed. They just can't afford to keep going. So this is a really good model because it's quite cheap. Like, there's no ongoing kind of running costs. It just runs itself.
All the time and brains that you put into it.
Yeah, well, that's for me. But if someone else wants to pick it up and do it in another area, then they don't have to worry about all that stuff. It's already done. Yeah.
So I don't know, what's going on in your brain, but what sort of background do you have to have come up with this?
I got an IT background, so I went to uni and learned about computers and information systems and all that kind of stuff. I've done work in IT for years and years, so I know all about computers. I'm also a musician, so I do I know about kind of the entertainment industry and a little bit. I knew nothing about television or radio or anything like that when I first got into it, but I don't know, once you learn one thing, it's pretty easy to pick up something else. So kind of picked it up.
So do you feel like you've nearly mastered it, or do you have grand visions? Like, what do you want it to? What's the end goal?
I don't know. I don't think like that. I just kind of plod along and think, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that, and just go. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
But it's really up to people in the Wairarapa. Like, one day I'll probably get bored with it and someone else can take it over, but it's up to people to use it and do whatever they want with it. So it's great to see Arrow. Arrow's come on board and they're going, wow, this is a great opportunity. And now, like, it's bringing new people into Arrow that kind of probably wouldn't have done that before. So.
People that want to be TV stars.
Yeah. Well, it's something different. Like, it's not every day you get to be on TV. So,
no.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, my mum showed the YouTube link of the show that I did earlier to my granddad, and he's blown away. He's like, she's on television. I'm like, well, only in Wairarapa for certain people.
Well, the internet's all around the world, so technically, yeah.
No, thank you so much. It's such an awesome asset and super inspiring that, we're leading the way in the world for this. Well, you are. Yeah.
Well, it's cool. It's cool to do exciting, different things, and not. I don't like doing things the way everyone else has done it. You got to find new ways of doing things. Otherwise, the television medium will just die. So. I wonder
if you're starting something that that all the big TV stations will click onto one day.
Well, it's interesting. I presented the idea to the ACAB conference, which is the Access Radio conference last year, and Radio New Zealand were really kind of like excited about it. So
I can imagine they would be super keen on picking it up because they're not really getting that much funding or.
No, also you can see there some of the ideas starting to come through and what they're doing. I don't know whether that was influenced by what we've done, but it's cool. There'll definitely be a drive to lower cost television over time, and the quality might suffer a bit. You might not see the same slickness that you're used to, but there's a bit more of an edginess to it as well, because it's more real, isn't it? Real, it's like you're documenting. There's so much more opportunity to document now. Do you mind that other people are sort of being inspired by your ideas and running a mile with them? Yeah, that's cool. I do things for the personal challenge, and the fact that I've been able to pull it off and it's working and people are using it is kind of all I need. So if people want to run with it and do other things, then that's cool. Yeah. Awesome. Cool, Toby. Thank you so much for telling us all about it. I have to get you in because I've probably got more questions to ask you about this. Good. But we probably should get back onto our event. So no worries. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right. I'm going to throw on a song and then I'll be back to tell you what's happening in Wairarapa. Well, I was sitting, waiting, wishing you believed in superstitions. Then maybe you'd see the signs. But
Lord knows that this world is cruel, and I ain't the Lord, no, I'm just a fool. And loving somebody don't make them love you. Must I always be waiting, waiting on you? Must I always be playing, playing your fool? I sang your songs, I danced your dance, I gave your friends all a chance. Putting up with them wasn't worth never having you. Oh, maybe you've been through this before, but it's my first time, so please ignore the next few lines, 'cause they're directed at you. I can't always be waiting, waiting on you. I can't always be playing, playing your fool. I keep playing your part, but it's not my scene. Want this plot to twist, I've had enough mystery. Keep building it up, but then you're shooting me down. But I'm already down, just wait a minute. Just sit and wait it. Just wait a minute. Just sit and wait it. Well, if I was in your position, I'd put down all my ammunition. I'd wonder why it taken me so long. But Lord knows that I'm not you, and if I was, I wouldn't be so cruel, 'cause waiting on love ain't so easy to do. Must I always be waiting, waiting on you? Must I always be playing, playing your fool? No, I can't always be waiting, waiting on you. I can't always be playing, playing your fool, fool.
And that was some Jack Johnson. I think it's Sitting, Waiting, Wishing, that one. All right, you're back with Wham Wairarapa. I'm Hayley Gastmar telling you what's happening in the region. It's 29 minutes to 9, Friday the 20th of April. We just had Toby Mills in the studio, and man, what he is doing for this region is awesome. He is the reason you're watching this live right now, and he's created Wairarapa TV that is run by artificial intelligence, which is crazy, and it's free to get your content on air. You just don't get paid. But I mean, if you want to get your stuff out there, what a cool way to do it. And yeah, they've got shows, awesome content from all over the world, and apparently this technology that he's crafted himself is being picked up around the world. So talented Masterton man, Toby Mills. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so the Trust House 2018 Wairarapa Women's Open is happening today from 10 a.m. at the Masterton Golf Club. Now, it's 18-hole stroke tournament. Overall gross winner. Well, I'm not even going to read this out because I don't even know how to make these sentences make sense. It's over my head. But it's $30 entry. And here we go, I can understand this. Entries in by Wednesday the 18th. So I'm not sure if it's too late to enter, but 9:15 is morning tea, and then you tee off at 10 a.m. today. Golf carts allowed. Now contact if you want to get involved and you're not already signed up for it. 06 377 4984. That's 377 4984 or admin@mastertongolfclub.co.nz. The Vantage Age Group Road National Championships is happening at the Carterton Event Centre today until Sunday. I don't think it really is at the Carterton Event Centre, but it's all around the region, I believe. Now, it's included the Vantage Age Group National championships includes the Paracycling Championships, and I think it's held in Wairarapa this year, but it's held in other places in other years. This event will be the best yet. There's youth, junior, senior, masters and para riders that are able to compete in the time trials and the road racing titles. Now this is your opportunity to represent your club in a race to win a national title. The event will be held over 3 days, and if you want to know about the programs and the course maps, then check out the website. Just Google Vantage Age Group Road National Championships, and the event is organised by Cycling New Zealand with support from your host club Athletics and Cycling Masterton. So I interviewed one of the coaches who's got this team from Kaitaia, and this is them. Sorry, you can't really see that very well, but they're all in pink. Look out for the fluoro kids, all in pink. It's a pretty inspiring story, actually, how that team came together, and the coach, Phil Gibbs, is a bit of an inspiration. He's bought the team all of the bikes, the helmets, he bought the van, he picks them up from school each day. They train for 2 hours, 5 to 6 days a week. Yeah, and he self-funds it all. He gets a little bit of help with donations from the Kaitaia community, I believe, but he pretty much does it all just because he gets a kick out of inspiring, I think, at-risk youths. I don't know, ones, with challenged backgrounds. So that's a pretty cool story, and they're being hosted by the Masterton community for the whole week. They're staying at the marae at UCOL. All right, the Huri Huri Kids BMX workshop is happening tomorrow at Carrington Park. Kicks off at 9:30, runs until 1:30. $10 registration for children. 0800 buy ticks is who to call if you want to get a ticket. 0800 289 849 to celebrate the Vantage Age Group Road National Championships, which will take place in the Carterton District between the 20th to the 22nd of April. Huri Huri is co-hosting Go By Bike Week with Carterton District Council. Kids can join the Freestyle Lifestyle BMX team for one of 2 bike-tastic workshops where they will learn about bike safety, equipment and essential safety skills, and how to fix and maintain their bikes. I remember last year I interviewed one of the cool chick, what was her name? She's from the Kapiti Coast. She's in the Freestyle Lifestyle BMX team, and she's pretty much one of the best BMX riders in the country, and she was pretty cool. Can't remember her name now. It'll come to me. All right, so you can head down to Carrington Park tomorrow morning, or between 9:30 and 1:30 with your kids, $10, and they'll learn tips from some of the best BMX riders in the country. Now, this is one for the little ones, mini wheelers. This is happening tomorrow from 12:30 to 1:30 at Carrington Park as well. And this is a wee little course for the little legs. Lots of fun, designed for kids aged 2 to 5. I think that one might be free. Don't forget to bring your bike along. Good reminder. There's a gold coin sausage sizzle available, and it's a fundraiser for Atua, which is Rangatahi to Rangatira, which is a youth group run in Carterton, I think. Now, the Get Bugged Bug Hunt with the Bugman Rudd Clean Paste. Now, Rudd's going to be at Pukaha Mount Bruce tomorrow from 11 until 1. No, 10 until 11. Gosh, my eyes and my brain and my mouth aren't matching up, but the Bugman will be at Pukaha tomorrow from 10 a.m. till 11. $10 to get him. Now, Rudd is best known for his television and radio shows, which have included News Talk ZB's Rudd's Awakening. That was a popular radio talkback program for more than 27 years. Rudd's television highlights include Maggie's Garden Show, the children's program What Now? Gosh, I remember that. And various series for Animal Planet and the Discovery Channel series Buggin' with Rudd. Cool. So on Saturday morning, tomorrow, 10 a.m., Your little conservation heroes can join Rudd on a bug hunt around the Pukaha Forest. It's $10 per child aged 15 years and under. They can participate in a guided bug hunt where they will learn all about bugs. The Pukaha Rangers, I've already told you about that children's holiday program. They'll take groups of up to 25 children through the Pukaha Forest to hunt for all sorts of bugs. Rudd will be on hand to help identify the bugs and make sure all the citizen scientists get plenty of bug knowledge. All participants will also receive a Buggin' with Rudd official bug hunting pack. How cool. Now, the packs will include a signed certificate that makes each child an official bug hunter, and there'll be also facts and other things in there. Now, the $10 booking fee includes entry to Pukaha, so you can enjoy all the other activities Pukaha has to offer. Parents are welcome to accompany their bug hunters, but normal entry prices for adults apply. So again, Bugman Rudd is going to be at Pukaha tomorrow from 10 until 11. And if you want to get your ticket, 06 375 8004. That's the phone number for Pukaha Mount Bruce. The Wilson's Barbecue, they're going to be at Tikaranga Vineyards tomorrow. The Wilson's Barbecue will be available from 11 till 4. It's owned by Wellington-based couple Blair and Casey Wilson, who share a passion for low and slow barbecued meats. Their aim is to share the Moorish style of cooking and the mouth-watering smoky meat it produces with as many people as possible. Now, they shipped a 1,900 kilogram Yoda Frontiersman barbecue from Kansas, US to NZ, which is what they use to cook the meat. So if you're keen for some slow, low cooked meats, then head to Tikaranga tomorrow. You can also, if you're keen for some mayo ko noodles and dumplings, then go to TK on Sunday because they'll be there, and man, their dumplings and their noodles are the bomb diggity. All right, Hillbilly to Hard Rock. This is happening at St James Union Church on High Street tomorrow from 1:30 till 4:30. Hillbilly to Hard Rock is on the third Sunday of each month. Using an open mic concert format. Hillbilly to Hard Rock is a genre-inclusive gathering for both emerging and established singers and musos, either individually or as a group or as a band. To perform, the drill is simple. Just sign in when you arrive, get up and perform when your turn comes, and if you'd rather just come along and listen to the music, then you're more than welcome to do so. There will be backing for singers and musos, which can be provided by the resident Bush Rangers. If required, they would like you to provide at least 3 chord charts for each song that you plan to sing, so the band can do a good job at backing you. Now, the aim of this event is to provide an enjoyable, supportive and family-friendly musical experience for everyone. If you want further information, call Peter on 022 529 6600 or Paddy on 027 44 6056. So this is the Hillbilly to Hard Rock, happening tomorrow from 1:30 till 4:30 at St James on High Street. There's a natural yarn dyeing workshop at Ventana Creative Collective tomorrow it's 3 hours from 10 until 1. Learn to dye your own hank of merino yarn with all natural non-toxic ingredients. Catherine Gebby of the wonderful 2-Minute Needles, that's funny, she'll take you through the dyeing process step by step, using locally foraged dye stuff. So I know my friend Catherine, she dyes her own things. She uses like onion skins and whatnot, and to dye things. Don't know what else she uses, but natural dyes, pretty cool. So this class at Ventana tomorrow is for knitters of any level and lovers of natural fibres and dyes. In Catherine's workshop, you will learn to dye your own 100-gram hank of gorgeous merino, just the perfect amount to knit yourself a pair of socks. The merino has 15% nylon in it, so the socks will last and last. Now, if you're keen for that, call 06 306 9488. That's the number for Ventana. You can look up their website and book on there as well, I believe. Now there's Hammers and Horsehair. This is being hosted at the Greytown by the Greytown Music Group, which is 57 Wood Street. This is happening tomorrow, on Sunday, from 4 until 6, $25 for adults, $10 for students, door sales only. After their successful 2016 nationwide tour, Hammers and Horsehair, which features Rowena Simpson as soprano, Douglas Muse, square piano, and Robert Abel on cello. The Greytown Music Group are presenting a rich and varied program of music from the first half of the 19th century. 3 beautiful but rarely heard songs by Bohemian composer Jan Kavlavoda and Schubert's famous Shepherd on the Rock begin and end the concert. And in between that, there'll be other bits and pieces, and the musical pieces will be linked by short readings that reflect the era of the mood of the music and the contribution of German-speaking immigrants to life in New Zealand. The concert is presented, as I've already said, by the Greytown Music Group. So that's on Sunday from 4 until 6 at 57 Wood Street, and $25 for adults, $10 for students. Jonathan Crayford is going to be at the Featherston Anzac Hall next Wednesday. Oh, that's Anzac Day. I forgot to tell you about that. So there'll be lots of, Anzac Day, lots of parades, dawn parades around the region. I know that they're happening in all 3 towns of South Wairarapa as well as Lake Ferry. I think Tanui will be having a big one. Of course, Masterton will have their dawn service. I think there might be one in Carterton. Sorry, I can't give you all the exact dates, but I know how you can find out. You can go to the RSA website, and there's I can't remember what the link is, but there's it tells you where all of the services are happening around the country, the ones that have been put on by the RSA. So that's cool. So that's Wednesday. The 25th of April, yes. Now, just back to what I was talking about, on Anzac Day, you can head to Featherston's Anzac Hall, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. There is going to be a show by Jonathan Crayford. He's presenting the Steinway Tour. I'll just read it straight out from this blurb. The creativity of acclaimed pianist and composer Jonathan Crayford at the keys of a historic Steinway D grand piano. It's a musical experience normally reserved for audiences in large international cities. Oh, this is getting me excited. Jonathan Crayford is an award-winning pianist, multi-instrumentalist, and critically acclaimed composer from New Zealand who began playing music at the age of 3. His latest trio of albums gained critical acclaim, with East West Moon receiving the 2017 TUI Award for Best Jazz Album, and its predecessor, Dark Light, was called a masterpiece by Radio New Zealand's Simon Sweetman. His work, Jonathan's work, encompasses a wide variety of musical genres. So, if you want to head along to this on Anzac Day, Anzac night, really, get your ticket, $35, 0800 buy Tix. Call 0800 289 849, or you can go to Event Finder and book it through there. All right. Also on Anzac Day, Aaron Andes will be performing at Club Wairarapa from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. Aaron rocks New Zealand with his one-of-a-king one-man band set. One-of-a-king one-man band set, yep. His playlist includes all the tunes you know and love, music ranging from today and yesterday, and he'll be at Club Wairarapa on Anzac morning to provide entertainment over breakfast. How nice. Now, and after him at Club Wairarapa, there'll be Just in Time, a big range of music with rock and roll, country, R&B, reggae, and disco, with all those songs people love to sing along to. So Just in Time will be at Club Wairarapa Anzac Day from 12:30 to 4:30. Just a reminder that there's a pub quiz every Monday night at the Empire Hotel in Featherston on Johnson Street, and it kicks off at 7, and you can come up with a team, and you can register on the day, or you can pre-register by calling the pub on 06 308 9540. Okay, now the markets tomorrow in Featherston. Their market runs from about 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. It's behind the car park of the baker and Lang's and the pharmacy there, just off State Highway 2. Tomorrow you can head to the Wairarapa Farmers Market, which is at the Farriers car park. In rain or shine, it's under the covered section, and that one runs from 9 until 1. Just another heads up, I had a phone call from Elaine Herndl yesterday. Now, do you know who she is? She created Grace, that statue that's going to be placed permanently at Robinson Park there, just next to the Farriers. And I think it's being delivered there today, and tomorrow, I think 4 p.m, there's going to be a blessing. And she's got Stefan Brown playing music. She's got someone singing Amazing Grace. She's made dream catches. She's going to decorate the trees around Grace, and it's going to be sort of a blessing to welcome Grace to her permanent residence there at Robinson Park. So I think that's 4 o'clock tomorrow. All right, on Sunday, Carterton Farmers Markets. That happens at Memorial Square from 9 until 12:45. And of course, there's the car boot sale Sunday morning. Corner of Chapel Street and Essex Street. Now, I'm about to head out the door, but just remember you can watch the show on Wairarapa TV. You can also listen to the podcast if you go to the Arrow FM website and go to the podcast section, go to the WAM section, and then click on today's date. Quickly, what's happening weather-wise? This is the national situation. A disturbed southwesterly flow covers the country and persists over the lower South Island for the next few days. Now, the Wairarapa regional forecast today, mainly fine with high cloud, but isolated showers about the Tararua district, northwesterlies rising to gale in exposed places, and we're looking at a high of 20 degrees. Tomorrow, mainly fine, but a few showers about the Tararua district, cloud developing at night, northwesterlies, gale in exposed places, and then on Sunday, occasional showers in the morning, then fine, cool southwesterlies, fresh about the coast at first. So today a high of 20, tomorrow a high of 20, Sunday a high of 15. Just looking at the lower part of the North Island, Palmerston North has a high of 14 today. No, a high of 19, sorry. Dannyvirk has a high of 16. Masterton 20. Featherston 20. 18 there in Wellington. And Paraparaumu 19 degrees. All right. I'm going to have to just fade into a track now. Thanks so much for tuning in to WAM Wairarapa. Thank you to all the people that, listen to me make mistakes with pronunciations and whatnot. And, practice makes perfect. I hope everyone has a safe week and a great weekend. And I'll be back again 8 o'clock-ish next Friday morning. So take care.